10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark.
When I was a little kid, I would try to get lost. It would be so fun for me not to know where I'm at and not to know where I'm going. This is just a little bigger.
The Rebelle Rally is an off-road navigation rally. It involves a bunch of women driving their cars out in the desert, 8 days with no GPS, no cell phones, hunting invisible checkpoints.
It's kind of like a scavenger hunt where you're using a map and compass and you're looking for specific points out in the middle of nowhere.
If you get lost, all you gotta do is figure out a way to get out of it.
You can stop, take a deep breath, and figure it out.
The event attracts women from all walks of life, but it particularly appeals to women who like adventure, women who want to be challenged, women who want to do something that feels kind of impossible and to overcome adversity.
I think it was just the unknown. I feel everybody can accomplish whatever they want to do. If this is an event and it's gone on year after year, it can't be that hard. I gotta be able to figure it out. So I said, yeah, I'll do it.
The navigator is the one who figures out how we're gonna get from point A to point B. We're matching up what we see on our map to what we see out in the real world in reality.
The navigator never sees the scenery because I only look down. Stephanie would be commenting on the scenery and I would just be my head down the whole time trying to measure.
As the driver, I'm responsible for finding a safe route of passage and actually traversing that terrain. Sometimes it's not obvious the way to get there and we have to just take a little drive around to find the best approach, but we try to keep everyone safe, keep the vehicle safe, and get through the course. Going into this year, we had pretty high expectations for ourselves. I've been driving Land Rovers for like 25 years. As the driver, decisiveness is the most important thing in like moving through the day. You just have to be decisive and go.
I felt very confident coming into this in knowing I would be in the Defender 110. It's such a capable truck. It almost creates a little more pressure, like, okay, I know this truck is more than capable to do what I need to do in this rally. It comes down to what I'm capable of as a driver to really stand up to what the Defender can do. Had the pleasure of meeting Emily Miller a couple of years ago at an event and hearing her speak. And something that she said really stuck with me, it was pretty simple, was be more afraid to say no.
My first year of the rally was crazy and nothing that I expected. Stephanie asked me as a coworker about the rally, and the first thing I said is, absolutely not. No way. I can't camp.
I've talked myself out of a lot of things, trying a lot of new things out of, fear of what if I'm not good at it or what if it doesn't go well. So this was the year I finally just said, okay, I'm in, I'm doing it.
Stephanie impressed me with her capability. I felt comfortable with her driving. I just had to close my eyes sometimes because I didn't want to see what was coming.
There's a steep learning curve for both of us. You know, we've never done anything like this competition before. For Stacy, she's way out of her comfort zone. She had never camped before this trip. She literally dove in head first. And learning the navigation piece, and we're both in the car together for 10 to 12 hours a day. So mistakes are going to be made. We're not always going to be at our best.
We are at the give up stage. So when we don't want to talk to each other anymore, we're reaching for a Reese's peanut butter cup. And here we are on day one. I didn't even put in perspective to win. And Stephanie was thinking, okay, we're gonna do the black checkpoints every day. And the first day I started saying, let's just look at the greens. And it was like,
You do the X route?
we did not do the X route.
Probably for the best.
That's what we learned yesterday.
That, in retrospect, was kind of a time trap. And by taking the more difficult route, it changed the trajectory of our whole day. Most of it, though, was from my own design of just having too much pressure on myself in the first few days that was completely unnecessary. But having Stacy in the car, too, was really good for me on a personal level to just bring some levity to the day, not take myself too seriously. It really, her jokes, first of all, are nonstop and really help with that.
I just feel like I should write a personal thank you to Google Maps.
For making your life easier.
For making my life easier.
The Rebelle Rally is one of the hardest things I've ever done. No, the Rebelle Rally is the hardest thing I have ever done.
So Liza and I have I don't know if it's a unique relationship, but it's a little bit different than maybe some other rally teams in the event. You know, you have a lot of teams of sisters or mother and daughter or lifelong friends. And Liza and I really kind of have forged our friendship around this event. We knew each other before, but we'd certainly never just taken on a huge project together. And that's basically what this rally is.
Our third year was tough in a lot of ways. We had a really great second year. And as much as you want your progress to be completely linear, it doesn't leave a lot of room for the unexpected.
Yeah, I think this is wrong.
Yeah.
This just doesn't feel right.
There were a couple of days in the rally where the structure of the course for the day kind of threw us off our game. We overthought it, and we were very concerned that there were kind of strategic traps that were intentionally being placed.
It's a mental marathon. You're in that passenger seat 10, maybe 12 hours a day, solving problems, looking at the map, looking at your closing times, making strategic decisions, communicating with your driver, and it really is an endurance sport.
I felt like we verified it in a couple of different directions, and
Probably. It just seemed like none of our measuring points, we were totally solid to start with. Like, we didn't exactly know.
well, I was able to plot. We were
Yeah.
on this line, and I was able. It didn't really deviate from here. It just overshot where I thought it was gonna go.
Yeah.
Don't start with me, Jenna. Don't start. Jenna and I routinely on the rally, whether it's because we are under extreme stress, we'll have these giggle fits. We will have these moments where we cannot keep it together.
Too early.
And we kind of make the other one laugh harder.
Peculiarly.
So there's no stopping us.
So it begins.
So it begins.
When you think you are on a checkpoint and you decide that you're gonna click and that number matches exactly the number on your piece of paper that you were given, it's It's like a little moment of magic where the stars align, and it just feels empowering to know that you can do this incredibly difficult thing. The trust that I have in Defender to get us where we need to go is implicit. That vehicle is amazing.
We were off by 0.002 and 0.000.
We absolutely nailed checkpoints. When you come around a corner and you've really kind of been, struggling with the terrain, being difficult to drive, every corner you come around, you're expecting to see a blue flag or something. And every corner you turn around, it's just not there. And then finally you turn and you see it. It really is a moment of like, this is the most beautiful blue flag I've ever seen in my life.
We did it! We saw a car or a light from afar. It gave you a sense of accomplishment that somebody else is out here. We're in the right spot.
I think the rally has just really helped me build that trust and confidence and ability to, allow myself to rely on another person and not feel like I have to own all the tasks because I can only trust myself to, make sure that it's done the way I want. Like, I know Liza's gonna crush it. And I trust her and I will go wherever she tells me to go. And we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be great. In the end, we still did perfectly fine. And we're very excited to come back next year and crush it.
I feel really good about your compassing.
Yeah, it's feeling good today. It's feeling on.
I feel really good about my measuring.
Yeah, I feel like we're working on our accuracy, right? We're honing that shit
This
down.
is what we came to do.
I think the one thing I will take away is everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. I definitely like challenges, and I always like to put things in perspective.
I think finishing is winning.
The world's a big place and I'm just a little piece of it. So it helps me personally just have some perspective of, okay, whatever I'm thinking of is probably not that big of a deal. It does something to you. It's nice to be out in nature. It makes you feel reconnected to being a human.
I think Navigator has such a long, deep, storied history. To be a wayfinder, to be the one that knows where you've been and figures out where you're going is such a wonderful metaphor for life. And whenever I feel lost in my personal life, I have to remember I'm a navigator. I know how to find my way.